pilot video, season 3 of Sauce and Cola Unleashed. We got the lovely Maxine here.
Hello.
She's here to talk about her business, In My Element. And I have to say, I'm not gonna get into the goodies, but messing around watching her got me in my element. Okay, I've been on my glow up. Okay, so I want to hear about that. Tell us more about In My Element.
In My Element originally was supposed to just be a way for me to showcase what I'm capable of, and almost like my way of proving to the world that I belong in this space.
Okay.
So it started off like that. So it's just like I had to dig deep in myself. It's like, what do I want to showcase? What do I want to represent? Who do I want to be? And who do I want the world to see me as?
Right.
And the first thing that comes to my mind is authentic, right? And then one of the things that makes me authentic but also unique is that I'm a Black woman. And so for me, I started thinking, okay, if I'm going to plan an event that's going to showcase all of my creativity, what kind of events do I want to plan? And so I broke it down into 4 segments, right? So the first one was neo soul.
Okay.
The next one was fashion, but like a touch of storytelling. And then the third one was like sports and why they're important to our culture and how they connect with art. And then the last one was like just paying homage to something that was nostalgic from our childhood. So I ended up choosing Amateur Night from the Apollo.
Oh, yeah, that's nostalgic.
Okay. And I mean, they all had nostalgic elements to it. So like even with the neo soul genre, I felt like it was a genre that didn't get enough love. I feel like, and when you hear the word neo soul, you think of the regulars like Lauryn Hill, D'Angelo, Maxwell, Jill Scott.
Music,
but there's so many neo
yeah.
soul artists that are around today.
Rest in peace, Angie Stone.
Yes, rest in peace to Angie, one of the great ones. And it's just like, we don't realize we're listening to neo soul music because it's no longer like a popular genre. Right. And you know, neo soul is like connected to like, oh, that's conscience, or nobody wants to hear about things that are important, you know, because that's essentially what neo soul is, and it celebrates our Blackness. The fashion show, I decided to do nostalgic for the fashion show while still telling the story. I chose The Wiz, my favorite movie.
That's dope.
And it was like, welcome to the Emerald City. Everybody had to show up wearing green because I wanted to focus on the concept of assimilation and how in that scene, The Wiz says we're green, we're yellow, we're red. And I wanted to connect that to today's society and how we tend to do what's trending and not thinking outside the box and being yourself and authentic.
That's very true.
That's
You know,
very deep, true.
we did the arts and basketball event, which showed the interconnected relationship between arts and sports and why they're both important in the Black community and how both are constantly being defunded. But specifically with sports, there's a lot of coaches that I personally know, some of them are my friends, they have to fund the sports by themselves and they don't get paid to do it. And it's just like,
We know all about that.
we know how essential sports are, especially for young Black boys, and how sometimes being in a sport and being busy and being coached is sometimes the difference between being in the streets
Very true.
or being educated, or sometimes that's all we have. Like a lot of people play sports because they need that to get their families out of the hood. And I thought that was important. And then, you know, again, the last one is our grand finale event. It's Amateur Night. It's going to be a yearly event. It was really dope. A bunch of Connecticut artists came out. They all competed for $1,000. We had Jenny Boom Boom, Rico
Wait, you
Kevorkian,
said
Tom
1,000? Hold
Shooter.
on, let me.
I'm hoping it's
Let me
more.
sign up. I
I'm
need
hoping
that
it's
money.
more. But through these events, I saw that I was making an impact in arts and culture. So I ended up developing a nonprofit side of my for-profit business to focus on creating these platforms and spaces for artists to shine and giving them opportunities to not just have exposure, but to get paid.
Right.
So I spent a lot of money last year. I literally made a lot of sacrifices. My family made a lot of sacrifices so that I can be able to build the platform to what it is today. And so, you know, through the grace of God and the support system that I have, we were able to start this year off with a $10,000 grant from an organization in Bristol that supported the Neo Soul session out there.
Really?
And it was an epic show to the point where they've already booked us for next year.
That's
That's
awesome.
wonderful.
Yeah. And so now we're getting ready for our second show in April.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when is it in April?
April 5th.
Okay.
Yes. And this one is the Don't Call Me a Bitch.
who you calling a
Oh,
bitch.
who you calling a bitch?
Whoa,
Yes.
whoa. Gotta call security.
Before we go right into
Yes,
the
yes.
don't call me a bitch, I just want to say I think that it's super good and really important that you are advocating for people being authentic, because
Yes.
it's very true. I feel like the society today, social media, people are getting lost in the trends. One of the things that I feel sets us apart in our channel is that we also don't follow trends. You're gonna get a little bit of everything, and you're always gonna get us being ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's important. I think that's important. I think it's equally important too for the generation behind us to look and say, like, I don't have to be like everybody else. I can be an individual, and I don't have to live up to societal standards and whatever that means in whatever way.
Yeah.
So I'm
And the representation, people
come
of
on.
color and positions of power.
Yes.
Like, that's so important
That's
for
super.
young girls.
It literally
for
was
young
part of my
boys.
vows. Like when I got married, I put it in my vows of like how representation matters in so many different aspects in our lives. So it's just like, and that's one of them. You know, we need role models. We need entrepreneurs. We need executive directors. We need to see these things because it teaches us that these things are possible and that we're able to obtain them.
Yeah.
You know.
What motivated you to create this platform for artists in the first place? Because a lot of people can think about what they want to do, or, oh, we should do something, but what separated you from everyone else to actually create something tangible for a platform or tangible with a platform for artists to tap into?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of talk, but you're actually showing and proving that it can be done.
Yeah. There was a couple of things. Okay. The one being I never knew what I wanted to be when I grew up because I didn't see it. And my whole life, people told me I was unfocused or unorganized or had no plan, and I didn't really. And I started to buy into that belief. And I'm just like, I can't focus on one thing because I do so many different things. I don't know even what to call myself. And it took a long time to essentially find me. And it was just, I didn't have to define myself as one thing. So that was a part of it. And the second thing that kind of like rocked the boat a little bit was the fact that people weren't giving me the opportunity to show what I could do. And I kept complaining about that. Like, you know, what am I going to do about it though?
Right.
I'm going to create the opportunity for myself. I'm going to bring the table, the meal, the appetite, you know, all of that. And that was like something that really played a big difference into, I'm just going to jump out the window and do it. And then the third thing was watching my children watch me. You know, I have 4 kids that are also creatives, and they do a lot of stuff. They have a lot of ideas. They have a lot of potential, and it's like, how am I going to tell them that these things are possible if I'm not even showing them? And the beautiful thing is, like, I've been on this entrepreneurial journey for about 5 years now, and every part of that journey, they have grown with me, and it lets them know that you can do anything. And I think that's my drive behind everything, is not only am I creating opportunities for me, I'm creating opportunities for them. I'm creating opportunities for them. You know what I mean? And that's important to me because it's just like, when you get to a level of success and whatever that looks like to you, it's important to turn around and see who you can bring with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think a lot of us forget about that.
Yeah, I think it's very important to show that it can be done.
Yes.
That there's nothing so special about me or so special about you that it can't be replicated in their own lane, in their own way. You don't have to take the entire, like, don't be a carbon copy, but like once you boil the elements down and you actually see,
Come on, elements.
in my elements, you know, boiling in my elements. One of our segments, one of my favorite segments is called Mind Our Business, meaning mind our Black-owned or local businesses and actually shed light on that. So to actually talk to someone who went through the steps to create something out of nothing and to see that it's yielding fruit. It's good to show other people how exactly the path you went so they can apply that to their path.
I always say that our brains are hardwired to make it happen, to make it work, to survive, right? Like our bodies are built to do that. So if you tell yourself, I'm gonna get that, I want that, and this is how I'm gonna go about it. It's not gonna be easy, but I'm gonna get there. Your brain is gonna start firing those neurons to be like, how can we figure out how how to make this work. And that's the difference between people who are hustlers and ambition and driven and have goals, and people who are just like make excuses.
Yeah, honestly, it's the execution portion. Like, I can plan all day, but if I don't execute, then it doesn't matter. It's just my hopes and dreams in a book.
Yep.
And I think when I first started and I decided on it, there was a point where I was just vomiting ideas. Like, I would sleep with a notebook on the side of my bed and just wake up in the middle of the night and write down what came to me. And I don't know where this applies. Like, there's ideas that are gonna be for years that I have to come out with. And I'm just like, somebody give me a loan. It's over.
Give me the money. You know what I'm saying? Just to piggyback off your point, there was a saying where if you say, like, don't say I can't afford it, because you turn your brain off. But if you say, how can I afford it? Your brain starts moving
different ways.
Yeah,
you start coming up with the answer.
Yeah, your brain is solution based until you tell it, nah, we ain't solution based.
Yeah, and honestly, to piggyback, okay, we just riding on this pig.
Where the pig at? We got a t-shirt, piggyback.
Yes, but there's a saying that says, whether you can or can't, both things are true.
Absolutely.
You know.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So, really, what it boils down to is your mindset.
Yes. How bad do you want it? Is
how
what
bad
it boils
you want
down
it?
to, and
Like,
how are
go
you
get
gonna
it.
go
You
about
want
getting
it
it?
bad, but still be the better. Man, I want it real bad, man.
Yeah. Go get it though.
Yeah.
Get up and get into your element. Then that's how you get it. Okay.
Come on now.
Finger snap. Oh my goodness. Well, we're excited for the event that's coming up in April. So tell us a little bit about that event.
So the thought process started with, I was doing my analytics on Facebook and Instagram, and it told me that my audience was 70% men.
I hate that.
It was surprising though. It was surprising because all data and research shows that women spend more money on events, women do more socializing, women, do all these things. And I'm like, what? And it forced me to look like, okay, well, were my events masculine, or am I just giving out masculine energy?
No,
it's
that you're a baddie and man sexualizing you. I'm not gonna lie.
They like, I'm in my element.
I'm trying to get up in your element.
Shout out to your hubby, man. We ain't going for that. We don't see these 70% men.
So
Where these 70% niggas at? 70% my ass. You niggas looking at.
I kept saying to myself, well, ladies, what's up? What y'all want?
Yeah, no, same with her, with her TikTok fan base, man.
Yes.
It's annoying too, because then it's like you can't post. I'm trying to post for the girlies, and the girlies don't want me. I'm like, what's going on?
What's wrong with me? Yes. So here's the 3 things that are important to me in an event. Did I engage the crowd? Did I entertain the crowd? And then I educate them.
Right.
If I did all these 3 things,
Now
it's an experience and I succeeded. So first I was like, I just want to grab people's attention. I don't even want to explain what the event is. I don't want to have to use the word in women's empowerment at all. I want you to read the title of the event and immediately understand.
You want to grab them.
And that's when it hit me. Queen Latifah. Who you calling a bitch?
That's very intriguing.
Immediately, strong black woman.
Yep.
Misogyny, feminism, derogatory terminology that's meant to make us feel less than. All of these concepts came to my head and I said, okay, boom, I'm gonna get 2 bad poets up here. I got Yex, I got Tamani Rain. Oh, excuse me, Goddess Tamani Rain, let me get her name right. And heavy hitters, amazing. Already know the poems that they're gonna do, is dope.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Thought about, okay, how do we go from heavy to laughter? Boom, comedian, Misconduct is gonna host and she has a special. And I'm like, how do I pay homage to Queen Latifah? Boom, we're gonna have a cipher and we're gonna do UNITY and we're gonna do like a little tribute. We're gonna I'm trying to do Ladies Night. I ain't coming together because whatever reason, and female MCs is taking a long time to get it together. But I have all these different ideas and concepts because I really want you to go through the emotions and the roller coaster ride. And, we have a couple interactive activities that'll be in here. I don't want to give all the goodies away. there'll be free food and then a cash bar, but the overall event is for it to be bold and unapologetic.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's heavy, like, know the space you're getting into.
That's actually a beautiful
But
thing.
keeping it intimate, so only 60 seats available. First come, first serve.
Hey, y'all heard it first. Y'all better get y'all
First
tickets.
come, first serve. They're $50 tickets a piece. And it'll be here soon.
But we need that here because
Yes.
there's definitely not enough representation in Black culture, and the representation that's in Black culture is degrading to Black culture.
Yeah.
So we need somebody that's gonna come in and uplift the community and have
Absolutely.
these events that
You know
are
what, too?
catering
I
to
also think that a lot of times it's not that it's not here, is that it's cliquey
that too.
or community based, right? Because when I first started this journey and I was looking for poets, I didn't realize that there was a whole community of poets because
Right.
it was almost like I didn't know. You know what I mean? It's like y'all are in your own little world, and that's dope. I love that, but how do I get in there? How do I meet these people? So it's like once I started to build those connections and see this whole new world, it was like, how didn't I know this existed? And that becomes like the thing about marketing and branding and getting the word out there more. And it's like people want to see these types of things. Like I watch poetry slams all the time on YouTube, but I didn't know they was in Connecticut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with the musicians and artists. Like when I'm looking for a band, I got a band that I booked from Massachusetts. Where's the band in Connecticut? Oh, there's one for real? Oh, y'all got a whole community of people that y'all all know and work with? Why didn't I know that?
Yeah, just tap in.
Yeah.
You had to tap in.
But it's just like also, as much as I need to tap in, which is what I'm trying to do, how are you tapping in so I know I'm aware of you?
So make themselves
Right,
available to
marketing is
tap in, yeah.
important. It is important, and I think that not just from a music or artistry standpoint, but in the business standpoint, I feel like we lose sight of the fact that you have to market and you have to invest in that. That's like key to anything.
So
And you do a little bit of marketing too, right? You
Yeah.
help build social media pages and how to get the products out and things
Yes,
like that.
I briefly was starting a class, but it's overwhelming. It was called All About the Branding and just teaching people about, the way your logo should look, the way, certain font that you're going to use, like the color schemes that you're going to use. Those all matter in the industry, and like the wording of a thing, the call to action,
Yeah.
it's very overwhelming whenever you have like a certain thing that you're pushing, and then everyone, hey, wait, they jump on you, so you get pulled all over
You
the
know
place.
what I love? It's a term that you introduced me to, and we call it when we have an idea and we bring our idea to life, and now it's starting to take its own form. We call it a brain baby. So you're literally nurturing your brain baby, and it's like it's a whole nother job pretty much. It's like you have you're a mom, you're a businesswoman, then you have all these branches under your umbrella
Underneath
business,
it,
and it's like you're trying to juggle all the balls, and you don't want to spill over. So
Juggle all the balls,
You don't
huh?
want to. Okay.
Sorry, I got a
The funny thing is, I didn't even hear it until he repeated it. That was the crazy part.
Juggling all the
It's
balls,
the mental.
yeah.
It's all in the
this is
mental.
he's the 70% that you was talking about. They here in my element.
Where that's at?
Trying to get me some of that stuff.
Even in this business even when we're talking right now, we're talking about the nonprofit, and we're talking about like the curatorial piece of the business. But I actually have clients too, and it's hard to advertise that. So far it's just been word of mouth and referrals, which has been really good. But it's like we have a whole nother side of the business, and it's like that's also pulling me in different directions. So I'm super glad to have added my mom to the business and help with the event design side.
That's dope.
So paradigm means the standard or example of something, right? And so paradigm events is where we setting the standard of event planning. We're not even event planners, we're curators. You know what I mean? That's a higher level.
You're seeing it from every single
right,
thing
every single
to the
thing,
end,
every
yeah.
single job, but more so about the story that's being told, whether it's artistically or culturally, and that's important. And then you have the event design side of the business, and it's like that is more like tablescape centerpieces, the aesthetics of your event, right? And then you have the nonprofit side, which is Paradigm Arts and Culture. So it's the same thing. We're setting the standard of what this looks like. And when I say that, I mean it. So it's just like everything has to be in a certain space. Everything has to be, you know, I'm very minute about the small details. Is that chair lined up with that chair?
Right.
Is the flowers turned the same direction? Like just the little things, because it matters, and somebody's gonna notice that I paid attention to that detail.
I'm that person.
You know what I mean?
I walked into my, shout out to the person who, in case you're watching this, who did the stuff for my engagement party. I walked into my engagement party, me and him supposed to be doing the dance. First thing I noticed after I said hi to everybody, I said, why is one side of our table, the runner, longer on this side than that side? And I truly fixed it.
Yeah, literally.
Listen, I did an event for a client, and I didn't have a lot of time to iron the tablecloths, and when I put them on, they were just too wrinkled. And I'm like, why are people comfortable with having wrinkled tablecloths? Girl, I pulled out the steamer so fast, and it was just like, it just makes the biggest difference.
It does.
That those tablecloths was ironed. You know what I mean? Like,
it's attention to detail. It's like, but even with like post-production or even editing like episodes or content, I didn't realize how much people actually do pay attention, even
to the background.
The background. That's why there was a video that went viral, and someone noticed like the weed tray that I had. It was like, and they tagging the owners of it. Like, I'm like, y'all, I didn't even know I had the certain tray. Or
you know what?
Shout out to Days, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to
that part. I'm glad y'all shouting people out, because that's important.
course.
Because let me tell you something. I'm like a serial TV watcher. And I don't know how I have the time. No one can figure it out. Like I'm pretty sure that anything you're watching on TV, I've already seen it. And if I didn't, I'll binge it in a couple of days. But I said that to say, now I got to the point where when I'm watching TV, I can see everything. Like, I'm looking at the background, I'm looking at facials. Like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen. My husband hates it. I can literally deduce a whole entire show. But it's the same thing on social media. I'm like, what's going on in the back? Because something happening. Like, are they intentionally advertising something, or something happening that I'm supposed to pay attention to? Like, I don't know. It's just
It's the luxury of an overthinking mind.
Yeah.
I have that luxury too.
But
it's a gift and a curse.
it is, because one thing really about Miss Cola is when we're watching something, and I'm like dim-witted when it comes. I like to be blind. Like
I'd be like, you want to be surprised? You don't want to know.
Number one, she be figuring out plots, but then she's like, why his feet look like that? I'm like, why are you looking at his feet? She's like, it's right there.
It's right there.
It's the smallest thing. Like, that lace front ain't right. You know, or she'll pick like two different scenes that that's not the same baby. Like, you know, like how did you even
rewind?
It's to the point where I gotta check myself. Like, I'll go to somebody else's event and immediately I'm like, and I gotta stop myself. Like, I'll be like, babe, did you see? And I'm like, you know, I'm here to have a good time, but I can't turn it off. Like, because the thing about it is my brain don't stop working, because now I'm like, okay, whatever happened at this event ain't gonna happen at mine. So now I gotta make sure I put that on my checklist of things to make sure, you know.
I love that, because we're literally doing a banquet for my daughter's basketball team, and I was trying to explain to him that, like, I'm hosting this banquet, so everything that goes wrong is on me. And I said, one thing that's the most important thing about an event is the food. You're gonna go to any event, you can have a great time, but you're gonna remember that food was trash. He proved my point, because I asked him, name any event that you had a good time in. Which one of them were bad food? Weddings. He started naming a whole bunch of them. Like,
I remember
it's
bad
important.
food experience.
It's important. And I'm not as detailed as you are. I'm a rookie. I'm just getting started in this, but
I'm a cooker.
I care about it.
I'm a cooker. The event we had in December, the amateur night event, I actually cooked everything. And then I had my mom, I had seasoned and floured all the chicken, but she was deep frying fresh. And my brother, my god sister, even Lauren was back there. I even was dressed. No, for real, because that's my backbone, for real. Plus Greg. You can't forget about Greg.
Yes.
And Omar. I don't want to start leading people, because there'll be a lot of people named, but y'all know, and I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all.
Shout out to Out of My Head.
Come on now.
Shout out to my head.
The whole team, like, my whole team is super supportive. They all step in when needed, but we was literally running a restaurant. And the food, people was coming up to me. We was having discussions. People still telling me they can't wait till I bring back them jerk chicken wings. Like
now,
people
now
even
we
requesting for
gotta
birthdays.
have a little taste session.
Oh, yeah, listen, it's coming. It's coming. 'Cause I throw down. Like I don't play around.
You don't throw down unless we figure out how throw down you can throw down.
Well, y'all gonna be at the Father's Day event.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I'm excited about that.
I'm super excited for you because it's weird.
I'm excited too, yeah.
Yes.
We're really, really big on making sure that whatever content we post uplifts our culture because there's too many people tearing it down. And it's not cool. Like we have to be the difference, and that's why when we started off and you talking about being authentic, that resonates like with us because that's what we strive to be. But we can't let you leave this episode without doing a round of Would You Rather. So
Okay.
So, would you rather?
Okay.
this one's gonna be crazy.
Okay, so she doesn't know what I'm about to say.
Yeah, I didn't. Usually
I'm
I
scared.
pick
My
the
heart's
Would You
gonna pound.
Rathers,
Like,
but
come
I
on.
was like, I'll let you do it this time and just surprise me.
All right. Would you rather fight 1,000 kitten-sized lions?
Wait, what?
1,000 kitten-sized what?
Kitten-sized
Lions.
Lions?
Like Mufasa?
Okay.
Not
I don't want
But
to
they're,
do
but they're,
Mufasa,
but they're
though.
kitten-sized.
But they're
But
kitten-
they have the strength, like the bite of a...
Well, we don't know.
They're
See, look at me overthinking. Look at me overthinking.
1,000. 1,000 is a big number.
kitten-sized lions or
Okay.
one lion-sized kitten.
One lion-sized kitten. Stabbing him in the neck.
Let me think
Jugular
about
right
this.
away.
Let me think about this. I gotta fight 1,000 kitten-sized lions or one lion-sized
Big
kitten.
ass lion-sized kitten.
But it's in the body of a kitten? Wait, it's in the
It's
body of a
the-
lion,
still-
but
it's
it's a
just-
kitten.
it's a lion,
the
girl. It's still a
size of
lion.
No, it's a kitten, but it's the size
It's
of
a lion.
Okay. So then that means it still has its baby kitten teeth, but it's just in the size of a lion. Yeah, jugular right away.
Give me the 1,000. I'm kicking the shit out of all of them.
You know
First of
how
all-
you're gonna get a leg cramp, spasm.
Cats is vicious all on their own.
Yeah.
I think I'll
1,000?
take the chances with the one.
Right?
The one
That's what I'm
big
saying.
ass
With the one because like
lion-sized
think
kitten.
about 1,000 kittens.
Kitten-sized lions, though.
But okay, but that means they still ferocious.
Yes.
Steel-toed
Okay,
Tims.
have-
Butterwheat Tims.
I don't
and
care
I'm
what you're
kicking
talking
them
about.
stop.
1,000?
Have you
1,000
ever
of them.
encountered?
Don't cancel me, Peter.
Kittens are
hypothetical.
agile.
Yeah, I was about to say kittens. If you've never, he's not a
They
pet
got
person.
9 lives.
You've never had a kitten. As a matter of fact,
I had a
kittens
kitten.
scratch and are worse than regular cats because by the time that they are older, they're like more calm and chill. Kittens be like that. Imagine you walk past and they just be like imagine them
Gotcha.
coming at you. If you would have
1,000
said
of them.
100, maybe. But yeah,
Not even, maybe like he had said like 5.
5. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But kittens is crazy.
He thinks he's just gonna keep kicking.
Matter of fact, like let's just get some
40-year-old
catnip.
legs.
Like I don't know what works.
Yeah, you know what? But they're lions, though.
You can mace them.
I think I have better
Just
chances
bet
with
you
the
one.
one.
Listen.
Cause like you ain't say I ain't have no sniper gun or like
real, you just
no
gotta fight
machete.
'em.
You ain't say I didn't have no
I
weapons.
did.
You just say I gotta face one. So like my chances is a little bit better than like I'm getting jumped by 1,000 of them.
For real.
Got you. Okay.
You know,
All I know is that if I don't have a shotty, the mace, and a knife, I'm good.
something.
With the one
So
big
I'll take a
ass
spade.
kitten.
I'll take a
Spray
spear.
that. You think
know,
that a
tap
lion
into
can
your
handle getting
ancestors.
maced? A lion can't handle getting maced. Neither can a kitten. Look it up.
That
We'll
sounds
search
crazy.
it. We'll insert if that's true.
I don't know.
All right. Would you rather have free gas and free rent for life
Both of
or
those.
free hotel and free travel for life? Yeah, look at y'all thinking.
Free hotel. and
Free rent and free gas.
Or free hotel. Now, mind you, any hotel, any flight, or any way of traveling, first class, all that.
Oh, that. I've been paying rent my whole life. Let me book a couple of flights for free and stay in hotels for free. That's
If you would
easy.
have asked me that last year, I probably would have said the hotel and travel. I ain't really feeling traveling right this year. I'm kind of nervous about traveling right now.
Them planes.
Them planes ain't playing.
They just had a bad week.
Five bad weeks?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I literally told him, I was like, we ain't going on vacation nowhere. On vacation, we'll drive.
The way
going
I see it
somewhere.
is if I got free gas, I can go anywhere. And free rent, that means that freed up some expenses. You know what I'm saying? I got more savings so I can still do what I want to do. You know what I mean? Gas is high. I got a truck. It's like 60 to fill that bad boy. You know, I don't know.
No, this was a hard one for me because it's like that free rent though.
Free rent is free rent.
You know what though? But does that apply to mortgage? Because I
mean, rent is still mortgage.
Okay.
That's what I was
mortgage,
looking at.
yeah.
And then plus, also, if I travel, I gotta take my kids. It's ghetto. Like nobody got time for that.
Listen,
You ain't say free
your
babysitters.
kids.
my father always taught me if nothing else gets paid, rent or mortgage gets paid.
Yeah.
It's paid for life. I'm good. I'll do the rent.
Look,
mortgage.
you do the rent and mortgage so I can make sure we can fly places.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Because that also just means we gotta work a little bit less.
Yeah.
True.
You know, we got mad free time.
That's true.
Am I rent free? Y'all gonna eat or whatever?
Okay.
Yeah.
we did this one before, but it only had 83 views, so we can do it again.
Okay.
Would you rather have hands for feet or feet for hands?
Oh, this one's funny.
Hands for feet.
Yes. Either you got 2 pairs of
feet.
hands or 2 pairs of feet.
Definitely 2 pairs of hands like a monkey for me.
I had to think about it. Like, I could be Tarzan or whatever. I'll take the hands.
The hands, right?
Because at least I can look, you know, don't do that. Wait, somebody cut that out.
Somebody like getting ready to rob somebody.
I was thinking about Tarzan. You know how he was moving.
I could not.
But, yeah. But we need thumbs. I was just trying to get to we need thumbs so we can still open cans and shit.
That's true. Disposable thumbs on your toes?
Yeah.
No, I want to meet the person that would pick the feet. The feet. Because what? I mean, the feet more so like for speed, but then I gotta like eat.
But you can still, we've
Oh,
seen.
because you could run like dogs and
Yeah, you have 4 feet. Like,
Do I need to do the whole thing again? Like, you literally can do it. You don't need to have feet.
That's true. Well, will your balance be the same though if you have your hands like?
Tarzan was going crazy.
That's true.
He was
had
outside.
feet. Yeah, but he had
I mean, but the feet was just pushing. So I mean, if they still, you know.
but you do know like how some people that have either birth defects or they have loss of limbs and they use their feet as like hands. So some people maybe
I do
on
got
that-
long toes. I do have long toes. Like I could grab a tissue,
But
I don't know that I want to.
She's talented with her feet.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna tell you something, right? Hear me out. I'm gonna take us on a little trip for a second. Listen, if you actually understood that your feet, our feet that we have, are not our proper feet because we destroyed them by wearing shoes. Our ancestors, they walked barefoot a lot on regular ground. So our feet are like stuck together like this. Your feet are really supposed to be spread out. Like the ball of your foot, you're supposed to be able to isolate all your toes and use them individually, and a lot of people can't. So we're part of a 10%, or actually, I don't know what the percentage is. I'm making up numbers, guys.
But we in a percent.
But we in a percent where we can pick up stuff and use our
Of
toes.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yes.
like I have really
And
long
here go that
toes. It's
70%. Like,
crazy.
let me see them feet.
I got them foot fetish.
No
There
free
they go.
toes, no free toes.
No free toes.
They have
Listen,
that website too. That website where you can like
link in the bio.
Yes.
put pictures of your feet and people will pay.
Yes. Actually, I was on a post on Reddit, and there was a dude that was talking about how he was basically admitting that he has this fetish, and he spent like almost $5,000 a month on pictures of women's
Yeah.
feet. Tell me
Yeah,
how
tap in.
a dude commented, "I'm about to shave my big toe then."
My husband has pretty feet. I'm actually kind of jealous. They're so pretty.
That's
Tiny
good.
and chunky.
That's not.
Yeah,
the same for her.
that's not a very common thing amongst men.
Yeah, here I am with these finger toes. Like, I don't know. Finger toes. Like,
It's too funny.
crip walking and whatnot.
Yeah, no.
Throwing
my-
up gang
my-
signs with your
no,
toes.
Gang signs, the toes is
My
crazy.
toes are definitely in the game.
They're in the
My
game.
toes
Nah,
are definitely-
his toes was in the war. He got a couple of things
in the
blown off.
trenches.
They came out the trenches and needed to be rehabilitated.
Do you get them done now?
I love them toes though. He be getting them done.
He said, not too much on me
They be
now."
looking pretty. They be looking pretty when you get them done, baby. Don't worry. I rub them with gloves. I'll rub them with gloves on. Shout out to my baby's toes.
That part. Come on now. That part.
Please don't tell us.
Listen, this is just to show that like those minute things don't matter because I still let him put a ring on it and I still said yes.
She hates feet.
I do hate feet.
She hates feet.
I wonder if I have like one of those things, like a pet peeve or something.
Okay, a pet peeve that I have is when the drawers are not properly closed. Like, you know when your kids are getting dressed and their clothes are hanging out the drawer, but they pushed it closed and it's like...
And it's just like stuffed in, not all the way closed. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why did you do that? It's the same amount of energy it takes for you to close the drawer with the clothes there. It actually is less energy if you just push them down and close it right.
A pet peeve I didn't know I had, and I have it.
Okay.
The top of the toothpaste not being put back on. It's
one.
like, I didn't know that irritated me until I saw him like...
And it keeps happening.
It keeps happening. Who is leaving
every
the
morning?
top off?
So now we have
I leave the top of
our
the
two bathrooms where the girls, the kids, period, are not allowed to use our toothpaste because it's always the top somewhere.
So and then it's like on the floor behind the like it's in the it's on the top shelf. Like what do y'all do at the top?
It's funny.
But anyway, I digress. So I looked up my pet peeves and evidently a coworker must have pissed me off because it's all about them.
Oh God!
This was back in...
Read it off.
This is last year.
It's so funny.
Co-workers trying to be funny and they're not funny. Whack-ass humor. I don't know who pissed me off. I wrote
very
pet peeves,
specific.
that's it. And then co-worker who talks too much.
That is a
Talk
pet
challenge. Time how long they talk before you say a word back in acknowledgement.
And if any of
And I
his
did that.
coworkers are watching this, he's not sorry.
Oh my Lanta.
Well, the good thing is this coworker I don't work with, because I know exactly who this coworker is.
T.
I literally text her while I was with this coworker, and the coworker was talking, right? And I didn't say a word back. I didn't say, "Damn, that's crazy." Nothing.
Because they just was talking the whole entire time.
Talking, and I text her. I'm gonna see how long this talks. And I text her back 45 minutes later. He just stopped.
Yeah.
No.
Without stopping.
First of all, how did you sit there for 45 minutes?
If I say it,
he's gonna know.
he's gonna know who I'm talking.
All right, cool. Cool, got it.
We'll give you the details after.
Yeah, after. You know
All right,
what I'm
so I have pet peeves.
Let's talk about it.
I hate being woken up in the middle of the night.
We already know the reason why you would be woken up in the middle of the night like that. So.
I am an angry beaver. I am an angry beaver. I can't tell you how many times I almost like set it on my husband. Like, he know, like, bro.
That's so funny.
I can't. I don't like it. Let's just do it in the morning.
Yeah, so
Because you're so retired. Like, you take a shower, you're already laying down. Like, don't wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now I can't go back to sleep. Now I gotta get up and take a shower.
Yeah, because I'm an early bird.
Yeah.
So I wake up early. We here.
Yeah.
I found my
Plus,
person.
I gotta clean up after I do the
You know what I'm saying?
Now
Like,
my
I'm
shower's
like,
rejuvenating me. Like,
Okay, so we're here.
Yeah.
All right, that's one of my pet peeves. I'm trying to work on it.
yeah. Me too.
My second pet peeve is I don't like being told what to do.
I think that's a universal woman pet peeve.
Oh no, it's not.
Well, see, the thing about it is, I want to do what I'm gonna do it when I want to do it. So like, my husband be like, babe, and I already know what that version of babe means. It's like he about to ask me to do some shit I know that need to get done. And so I'm just like, don't even say it because then I'm not going to get it done because I'm going to get it done on my own terms, on my own time when I want to get it done. And because you told me now, it's going to add a couple more days.
Like it was already in my head. I have an organized chaos list. It's going to get done. Don't tell me.
And I'm the same way at work. Like, I work in dining, so like my manager will come upstairs, and I'm really good at my job. So like I'm trying to beat her to do all the things I know she's about to tell me to do, and it'd be like the one thing I miss, and she just be like, "Did you fill up the spa water?" And I'm like, why do you always do that? Now I'm not filling up the spa water until after you leave and I'm ready to do it.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't like being told to do.
You're like that.
I'm very like that.
Yeah.
I actually have a version of myself where I call it the angry black man.
Come on, angry black man.
So I don't like being told what to do at all.
Make a suggestion.
I'm a horrible employee when it comes to that fact.
Yeah, I wouldn't hire me for
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's why I say
No, I'm really good at my job. Y'all can hire me or whatever.
I'm a horrible employee, but a great entrepreneur because
Yes.
I don't like being told what to do when I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and there's differences,
There's
right?
differences, yeah.
Because
It's not like, you're like, hey, can you take, oh, nigga, don't tell me shit. No,
right. There's
a
differences.
way-
It's like the nuance of it.
Yeah, because a lot of times, you know, the supervisors or the managers, whoever's above you or whoever your superior is, when you come at me and you don't give me dignity, that's when
It's
I
the
turn
power
angry.
tripping,
Yeah, it's just
too.
like,
It's because
the way
usually
you
they
come
don't. They
across.
either, I always feel like people like that don't have power at home, or they were like nerds as kids that nobody liked.
Or something is just
It's some type of childhood trauma they need. You
And they
need
take it
to
out.
Just find peace.
You know, and to segue into my third one, it's the opposite of I don't like when people don't do what I ask them to do when I ask them to do it.
Gonna be my pet peeve. That was literally, we're here for sure because after a certain point, like I won't even ask, or I won't ask if I know I'm gonna be disappointed. Like perfect example, he works. I love that he works. He works hard. Because he works hard, I try not to ask him to do things that I know are gonna make him more tired after he's come home from a 12-hour shift.
I appreciate you, baby.
So, I wanted to move some furniture today.
Yes.
He's like, oh, babe, don't worry, when we get out of work, blah, blah, blah. I'll do it, I'll help you. I said, babe,
And now you're just gonna do it yourself.
I appreciate that, but I already know when you get out of work, you're going to be too tired, and then I'm going to be mad that you said you were going to help me, but you're too tired, because I'm too tired, but I'm still going to do it. So I'll just do it now. Save us
Well, here's the
save us
thing.
the friction.
She didn't tell me she was gonna do it. She just FaceTimed me. I saw that she does it. What the hell, man?
Cause it's just something about like waiting on others.
Oh, waiting on others. One of my pet peeves. I hate if I'm picking you up. I should not have to wait a damn minute.
Yeah, you should be ready.
Except
Right.
for me.
Well, we're in the same house. I mean, when if I
He's
gotta
not gonna
pick
start
up-
getting ready until you halfway ready.
Right. I'm not in the car until your shoes is on.
I mean, post us living together, because he was waiting on me for...
That part.
That's
Let
true.
him know.
But
Check.
I was part of the 70% at that time. Like,
Yes, you was
come on to the car.
I'll
Okay,
wait
I'm
however
like,
long I can to be
Yeah,
in that
right.
element, baby.
Yeah.
Like, I hate, because I feel like if you need a ride from me, if I'm going out of my way to pick you up,
Yes.
the least you can do is keep your ass at the door so I pull up, you're coming out. I hate that. I hate waiting. I hate it.
I ain't never ready, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm that friend that's like, I'm on my way, and my friend's like, girl, you're in the shower. Cut it out. You're in the shower.
Yeah. All right. Matter of fact, today, oh baby, yeah, I just got off the highway. I just got off the exit. I'm like, I'm off the exit. Like I'm
Yeah,
right
but
there.
you know what's the crazy thing? He got off the exit, and I got off the exit, and I knew he thought I was lying, so I flashed him. And then he's like, oh. So I was like, good thing I wasn't lying that I got off the exit.
That part.
Sometimes I be like, I'm about to get off, and I'm over there 2 exits away. So, your event, you did say that you are getting a nonprofit portion of your business where you get certain parts of the fund sponsored.
Yeah,
right? So
we have the In My Element series. That's great. I wanted to do something that was also accessible, so that way we can widen the reach and get more, the audience of the viewers, all that. And I was sitting with myself and I thought, how dope would it be to do like tiny desk for Connecticut? And I made the post and it got a lot of traction, so I had to delete the post. Because I only deleted it because an old friend of mine had commented and was like, what you need to do is delete this post and do it.
Yo.
So I was like, period. And I deleted it. And so this was back in December when I came up with that idea. And I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make this happen. And I went to a couple of my friends that do the OMH podcast. Plugged you again. Okay. And we were talking about it, and like we had like a little bit of back and forth. It was like, oh, let's just do the project. We'll do it for free. We'll do all these different things. And I'm weird about accepting free stuff. I'm trying to get used to it. I'm trying to get used to it now because I realize like that free don't always mean bad, but I'm the type of person who's like, one, I don't want to owe anybody anything. Two, sometimes free means bad quality.
True.
And then three is just like, I don't want to be known for always asking people to do things for me.
And you don't want no one holding it over you.
Or holding it over me or feeling like, oh, without me, this wouldn't be,
Right.
one of those things. So we were going back and forth and I was just like, let's just find the funding first. Like, we have the idea, we have the structure, we even have the talent. Let's just find the funding first. And so I started applying to a bunch of different grants, and I ran across one called Sustainable CT. So you have to find a way to incorporate sustainable art, which is something that's recyclable or reused or has like a community impact, which this covers all of those things because the production set I'm building by hand.
Right.
You know, sourcing things from local Goodwills and Habitat to Humanity Restore, and different things like that. And then it has a community aspect because we're focused on local artists and creatives. And then a lot of we do like live taping so we can invite the audience. And we also have the component at the end of each season, there'll be a live in-person event that'll feature all of the different artists that were in the show. So I went through this process, an interview process with them, and they approved the project. And the way that it works is that I can only receive the grant after I do fundraising. So they give you 60 days to raise money on a platform called Patronicity. And whatever you raise at the end of the 60 days, they will match it. So I have 17 days left.
All right.
And we have raised $2,280 since I was sitting up there. I had to double check the number, which is really great because so far that's like 44 something.
Absolutely.
I didn't get it math. 44 something. So which is really great because that's all we really need to start the project. But our goal was 7,500 just to see, because that's the max. So I just was trying to get as close to it as possible.
Absolutely.
Because the more money we have, the longer the show can run, because I have the production team to pay. I want to pay the artists that come on the show. I have to pay for the staff that helps run the show and the marketing that gets put behind it. And we're hoping that after this first season that we can start to get sponsorships to fund each and every episode.
Absolutely.
To keep it running and
Absolutely.
just keep paying the team, because I don't want to build something where everybody has to give their time all the time. I want to build something where we already had a whole year of everybody volunteering, and I was able to pay people even last year. This year, I want to continue paying people and compensating them for their work and giving back to the community at the same time.
That's awesome.
So with that being said, we need everyone that's watching this to also, help us uplift this event and basically to pay it forward, because it's like when you making all these sacrifices and a lot of people are involved, which means a lot of people are making those sacrifices
and dependent on you.
There's not a better feeling than receiving financial compensation for something that you love doing. And that's the dream there. Like getting paid for something that is your hobby.
It's validation.
It's validation that it's real.
And honestly, like, I brought up the show that we did in Bristol this year that was funded by the organization out there. And that show was so important to me because with that money that we got, I supported 25 artists on the one show.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And that was like one of my goals, because prior to me talking to the woman that runs the Downtown Live, she was telling me how they spent $10,000 on one artist. Wow. So that was already in their budget. So I'm like, well, how can I do this and show them that we can do more for less or more for the same?
Right.
And I said, and people were surprised that they were getting paid. There were people I was able to double what I normally would pay them just because they stuck with me for so long.
Right,
and that to me was the most fulfilling part of it, is like,
because it's not about you, it's about
us.
It's uplifting the community, supporting artists, and showing them that keep going, because
we're building this together.
We're
building this together, and it's so beautiful. The name of the podcast or series is going to be called In My Element Up Close.
I love that.
In my element, 70%. Y'all better be easy.
No, you guys seriously make sure we're gonna link where you can donate. We have 17 days. Let's try to max it out.
Yes.
Okay, let's max it out for Maxine, because she's out here moving mountains.
Max
for
it out
people.
for
Max
Maxine.
it out for Maxine.
First of all, hashtag.
That's a hashtag.
Max it out
Max it out
for.
for
Why didn't I
Maxine.
think about that? I'm sitting here doing some hashtag always in my element. Hashtag max it out for Maxine.
Max it out for Maxine.
If for no
Biggest
other
snap,
reason,
biggest
it's crazy. I was doing a live video earlier, and I was like, I went on live, and I was like, why should you donate? That was the answer, the question I was trying to answer. And I literally sat there and was like, I don't know. I don't know why.
You know why.
Well, but this is the transparency part of it. I don't know why you should donate, but I know why I'm doing this.
Right.
And if my why relates to you in any way, touches you in any way, inspires you in any way, then give.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I can't tell you why you would give to me, especially if you don't even know me.
Right.
Right.
All I can do is say, this is the mission, this is our goal, this is what we're building. And if that resonates with you in any way, every donation matters. And like, I was even on, like, and I say that because like some people went up there and gave $5, and to me that was everything. Because it's just like that 5 is now 10. The people that gave 10, that's now 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every dollar counts.
Literally. I honestly feel like if you're a person of color, if you're a person with kids, if you're a person who, you know, missed out as a kid on certain sports events, art events, because your parents just couldn't afford to be able to.
Yes.
Those are reasons why you should donate, because you're now creating the present that you wanted in your past. Or how can I word that
you know
better?
what?
You're creating a new tomorrow for people who were like you in your
When
position.
you started to say that, I immediately thought to myself, like, have you ever had a dream? That literally came into my mind. Have you ever wanted something so bad, but the difference between you get it was the opportunity and the facilitation of it? And a lot of the times, the real issue is we can't afford it.
Absolutely.
Whether you're a parent, whether you're a sister, brother, auntie, grandmother, there's always something that's stopping us from being where we want to be. And honestly, the biggest thing for us right now is that we don't have the funding to sustain these projects. And if we don't have funding, how can we make an impact? You know, off of nothing. You know what I mean?
And also, I think another important aspect of that is also not having connections.
And not having
So like
connections.
you're literally creating a world where people can connect, people can network, and if you haven't been convinced yet, max it out for Maxine.
Max it out for Maxine.
Yes.
Well, we want to thank you, Maxine, for coming on to the podcast and actually giving value. And for the work that you're doing, it's going to be so impactful, because I see where you guys are going with your husband, with Out of My Head podcast, and with the events of Paradigm. Is that what it's called?
And in my element up close.
In my element up close, it's like we're creating a community of, you don't have to go anywhere. Whatever you're looking for
is
right here. And I think that's going to be important. And the fact that we're seeing it being built from the ground floor, where you're going to go with it, you're going to impact so many lives, man. Just keep going.
I'm really excited.
And you got our support for sure.
Thank you.
100%. I'm super excited for you. I'm manifesting on a powerful, life-changing 2025 and furthermore. And we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Anything we could do to help, you know we got you.
Thank you for having me. Honestly, this was great. It was comfortable. It was just everything. I appreciate both of you. Thank you.
All right. So until next time, peace and blessings, everybody.